The laughter hit me first, sharp, reckless, and unmistakably hers. Even in a room of 100 people, I could pick out Emily's laugh from anywhere. But it wasn't the sound that froze me. It was what followed. Her hand sliding across her boss's chest as he leaned in close, their faces lit by the golden glow of the ballroom lights. His fingers brushed her lower back, and the look she gave him wasn't one a married woman should ever give another man. My throat went dry. For a moment the noise around me, the music, the chatter, the clinking of glasses, faded into a distant hum. I stood there, champagne in hand, heart pounding against my ribs like it was trying to escape. The company's annual gala, meant to celebrate our shared success, had turned into a slow-motion nightmare I couldn't wake from. I had almost skipped tonight. I wasn't part of her world. Emily worked in marketing, I was a software engineer. Different circles, different energies. She'd begged me to come, saying it meant a lot to her that I meet her new manager, Adrian. The same man now whispering something into her ear as she smiled in that way she used to smile at me. I forced a laugh when a colleague slapped my back and said, "Man, your wife's the life of the party, huh?" "Yeah," I managed. "She sure is." My eyes stayed locked on her. I told myself there was an innocent explanation. Maybe she'd had too much to drink. Maybe she was just being friendly. That's what she'd say if I asked. Emily was charming, she always had been. She could turn anything into a misunderstanding. I tried to focus on conversation, but every time I looked back, I caught another detail that made my stomach twist tighter. The way he rested his hand on her hip when they posed for photos. The way she leaned into him, laughing at something only the two of them seemed to share. Half an hour later, the company's CEO raised a glass to thank everyone for another incredible year. Adrian, the golden boy of the marketing department, stood proudly beside Emily. His speech came next. Confident, smooth, almost rehearsed. But the way he thanked her, his right hand, creative spark, and biggest inspiration, felt far too intimate. When he added, "I don't know what I'd do without her," the room laughed. My hands clenched. My wife smiled, cheeks flushed, eyes shining. I didn't hear the rest. I needed air. Outside, the night was cool, silent except for the faint hum of traffic. I gripped the balcony rail until my knuckles turned white. I wanted to trust her. God, I needed to trust her. We'd built 7 years together. Bought a house. Planned a future. But a part of me, quiet, bitter and raw, had been whispering for months that something was off. Late nights at work. Unexplained weekends with the team. Phone calls she took in another room. I dismissed it all, afraid of what I might find if I looked too closely. When I went back inside, she was gone. Panic surged through me. I scanned the dance floor, the bar, the hallway. Nothing. Then I saw them, Emily and Adrian, slipping into a side corridor near the back of the ballroom. My pulse spiked. I followed, careful not to draw attention. The hallway was dim, lined with frosted glass offices. I stopped when I heard her voice. "Adrian, someone might see." "Relax," he murmured. "They're all too busy dancing." There was a pause. Then a sound I'll never forget, the soft, wet noise of a kiss. Something inside me broke. I stood frozen, watching their silhouettes blur behind the glass. My chest felt hollow, as if every breath scraped against broken ribs. I wanted to burst in, to yell, to demand why. But I didn't. I just watched silent as my wife, pressed herself against another man. When I finally turned away, I wasn't sure who I was anymore. Back inside, the music swelled. People laughed, toasted, danced. The world spun on, oblivious. I returned to our table and sat, staring at her untouched glass of wine. I felt detached from everything, as though my life had split in two. The man I was before tonight, and the one who would leave here shattered. 15 minutes later, she returned. Her hair slightly tousled, her lipstick smudged just enough for me to notice. She smiled, almost too brightly. "Hey, sorry, I was just helping Adrian with a call. He's dealing with a last-minute issue for the event tomorrow." I stared at her, searching for a flicker of guilt. Nothing. just calm, perfect composure. "Oh," I said, my voice hollow. "Everything okay now?" She nodded. "Yeah. You ready to dance?" I forced a smile. "Sure." We danced. Under chandeliers that glittered like stars, I held her as if she hadn't just destroyed me. She rested her head on my shoulder, whispering about how happy she was that I'd come. I answered mechanically, pretending not to see the faint red mark on her neck. That night after we got home, she fell asleep easily. I lay beside her, staring at the ceiling, her perfume still clinging to my shirt. My mind replayed every detail. The way he touched her, the tone in her voice, the way she lied to my face without hesitation. Around 3 in the morning I got out of bed. I opened her phone from where it charged on the nightstand. Her passcode hadn't changed. Inside, the messages confirmed everything. Photos. "Miss you already. Tonight was perfect. Can't wait till next weekend." Each word sliced deeper. But among the messages was one that stopped me cold. It wasn't from Adrian. It was from her best friend, Chloe. "Does Daniel know yet?" "Well, not until the transfer goes through. After that, he'll have to find out one way or another." Transfer. I opened her banking app. My name was on the joint account. But another account, new, recently opened, showed a transfer scheduled for tomorrow. $50,000. To Adrian. Felt sick. This wasn't just betrayal. It was theft, deception, and calculation wrapped in the same smile she'd given me every morning for years. I didn't confront her. I didn't scream. I simply transferred the funds back, printed out every message, and packed a bag. By sunrise I was gone. A week later, her company's HR department called me, asking if I could verify certain transactions made from our joint account, as Adrian and Emily were both under investigation for financial misconduct. I smiled for the first time in days. "Yes," I said. "I think I can help with that." She wanted a life without me. She got one. Just not the way she planned.